Hey, hi, Kelly and Molly here with your September Naughty Knit Box.
We're back.
Where's the time gone, child?
I've lost track. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Just don't ask.
Okay, I won't ask you. Okay, so this month in your knit box, our yarn this month is Boots by Chappell Wool. I have been fascinated with this yarn, Megan and I both, since it hit the store.
I love their colors.
And so just very interesting.
Orange.
Yes, in the way they have dyed this yarn up. It's a pretty standard sock yarn. It's, 44, this one has a little cotton in it. So it's 44% superwash wool, another 40% cotton, and then your 14% nylon, which makes it perfect for a summer sock. Not too warm, with a little bit less wool in there, with that cotton in there, but you got the nylon in there for your wear and your stretch. I loved it. Did you like it?
I actually loved it. As a crocheter, I have this love-hate relationship with socks because there's just not a lot of patterns out there, but I loved everything about this box. I truly, truly did.
Yeah. So, and just, like I said, just interesting colors, interesting dye job on this one.
Yeah. But not colors you often see together, too.
No, very different.
Yeah.
So,
I loved it.
like I said, this one has had my attention since it hit the floor. And yeah. So, thank you, Chappell, for creating such a cool yarn. It is very cool. So, goodies.
So you have your... Oh, there it is. Sorry, excuse me. I'll get prepared one of these days. Your Euclid and it's a different flavor than this, but another one of these little bags. I promise I'll be more prepared in October. So your typical staples there, and then we'll send you some candy.
Have to have candy.
Gotta have candy. So, and then this month we thought we'd kind of switch it up, and Megan and I came up with these little yarn cutter pendants. They're little necklace pendants that you can wear. You won't get cut yourself because the blade is protected. It's really cute and ornate.
And they do work really well. They're very sharp.
Yeah.
But you'd never know it was a cutter. So if you travel, we were just talking about this last month, if you travel with your knitting or crocheting, whatever, that is definitely a TSA approved pair of scissors in your bag that will not get confiscated.
And I think they have to actually be in the knitting and crocheting world to actually maybe even recognize it
Recognize
too.
what it is. Yeah.
It's pretty discreet. It's pretty awesome. So we were very excited to get these as little goodies this month.
Okay. So now for your patterns, we did socks. So, yeah.
I need to get mine sorted.
We did socks. So your knit pattern is a pattern by Robin Lynn called My Cup of Tea Socks. And you know what? This was if you've never made socks before, I'm going to tell you, there is a little bit of a pattern to this. But her pattern, if you're a first-time sock knitter, would be excellent to follow. Very easy to follow. She lines it out perfectly. I really enjoyed the way she wrote up her pattern. I love the feel of this. This feels like a good sturdy sock, even though you're only at 50% wool in these socks. It just has a good sturdy homemade knitted sock feel to it.
Get softer with time with that cotton.
Yeah, and I did not block these, so they have not been soaked or anything.
They're so soft.
Yeah, I think they'll just soften up the more you wear them, the more you wash them. So her pattern has this really fun pattern down the front. Now I understand, the pattern is a little bit lost on the color that I chose, just because mine is very wild.
It's fun.
But you can still see the texture. And like I said, just a great sock. I stuck with her pattern. I did not do a different heel, and I usually would do a different heel. I like a German short row heel versus doing the heel flap and the gusset and all of that. I just like a short row heel a little bit better. But I'll tell you what, her pattern, aces. absolute aces in my
Wow.
book. Yeah, very simple. Probably the best heel I have ever done.
It's got a
with
good
heel
look
flap,
to it.
heel flap and gusset.
Mhm.
Because normally, as most knitters know on your socks, when you pick up for your, you pick up your gusset stitches here, you always have a little bit of a hole there. And I mean, I pick up a few extras. I do all the little extra tricks. But for whatever reason, her heel flap was perfect. Just
Yeah.
absolutely perfect.
Yeah,
So
you can
thank you,
tell.
Robin, for a great pattern. Said, if you're a beginning sock knitter, don't be afraid to try this one. Her pattern's very descriptive and very easy to follow. Very good step by step. So if you're a beginning knitter, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Go for it.
Yes. And I think that also goes with the crochet sock as well, because I think
That is
that's-
a big sock.
it is a very big sock.
Does that fit your husband?
I don't know. I know it's not wide enough for him. It's a little too narrow for his foot, but I think it might fit lengthwise. I'm sure it would.
If not, I think that would fit your brother.
But this is her largest size, because I wanted to make sure you guys had enough yardage to make their largest size in case you did want to make it for your husband, or if you do have big clown feet like mine. I will note that if you do the largest size, you'll have to be careful on how many rows up on the ankle you go, because I ended up kind of having two different sizes.
Oh, you played a little yarn chicken.
I played a little yarn chicken, but it is possible if you wanted a little anklet sock, which for summer might not be a bad idea.
But I don't know anybody who has a foot that big, Molly.
I was also having a lot of fun with her pattern, and I kind of got lost on how long I had to measure. It was like, oh, I need to measure real quick. Oops. So I had to rip a few rows back.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. Great texture to the top of the sock, which, I mean, with this, as much as we love the Schopel boots, it does kind of hide this pattern a little bit, but you still, even on this one, that gives it a little bit better
You
look.
still get the texture. You might not
Yeah.
see the entire design, but you get the texture.
Yeah.
So, and again, this is going to be a sock pattern, if you're a sock knitter, that you'll want to make over and over again. So if you ever make it again, I would recommend doing it in a solid or tonal. That way you will see more of this really pretty, the pretty pattern on it. It's almost like dragon scales, but not quite.
Yeah, I was actually gonna pick up some more yarn today and remake this pattern, because as a crocheter, I definitely want to make this pattern again. And for the afterthought heel, my only note is do the mattress stitch when you're closing your heel, because it was kind of the first time I'd seen it and played with it a little bit before, but it closed beautifully. And I know in the past I've had that issue making socks, is making it close and look somewhat natural. But
That
the
looks
closure,
great.
yeah, the closure on it using the mattress stitch, and there's a lot of great YouTube tutorials out there, and I'll put a link into the one that I looked at that clicked in my brain. But yeah, it worked really well for me. So that's kind of my only.
That's really nice,
note.
because it's kind of like doing Kitchener in knitting. You do not feel a ridge there at all.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So yeah, that was my one little, and I think she notes that in the pattern. But yeah, no, I love the pattern. But yeah, great solid or tonal for this pattern, I think would make it pop a little bit more. But and the lovely Holly at Maybe Katie Designs. Thank you for letting us use this. So huge shout out to both Robin Lynn and Holly at Maybe Katie Designs for these awesome patterns.
Okay, so that is your September knit box. Next one up is October. We're probably going back to some more fall type knitting, as hopefully we get some cooler fall weather by then.
Yes.
So again, post your finished items on our social media pages using the hashtag Naughty Knitbox, Naughty Lady Yarns, whichever one you'd like to use. If you're not sure how to do that, just pop us an email with your photos at naughtylady.yarns@yahoo.com, and we will be happy to post those for you. Okay, until next month.
Yeah.
Happy knitting!